nothing really going on in your world.
And nothing really happened this week, so should be pretty quiet.
Well, if I could have your attention here in the media center, we are now joined by Matt DiBenedetto, driver of the number 95 Barstool Sports Toyota for Levine Family Racing. If you have a question for Matt, please raise your hand. We'll get a wireless mic to you. We'll start with Kelly and go to Holly.
Kelly, CrandallRacer.com. So, Matt, with going to Wood Brothers next year, having that Team Penske alliance, do you have a relationship already with Brad, Joey, Ryan, and how do you anticipate having teammates will be essentially for the first time?
Yeah, I do. I do know them really well, actually, and I've gotten along with them super well. Heck, even Joey, I was friends with back in my Gibbs days when he was there, and I was there as a development guy. So all three of them I get along with really, really well, and we did multiple events when I was within the Ford, camp together. We would do some Ford outings and things. So get along really well with each of them, and I've gone to each of them for advice and help in the past and stuff. So great relationship already, and teammates are going to be huge, especially leaning on guys that are all three of them are so good. So it helps big time. It's going to be a crazy opportunity in many fashions.
Go next to Holly, then to Justin, then to David, then to Kathy.
Thank you. Holly Kane, the NASCAR Wire Service. Matt, could you just talk a little bit about the reaction and fallout and things that you've heard and received, the congratulations and things like that? I saw you last night in the casino. Every 2 seconds, somebody else was wanting a photograph or an autograph. But just talk about the reception you received from your good news this week.
Yeah, it's actually a good question because Jess and I were just talking about this on the way on the walk over here. Is in the last 2 weeks. 2.5 weeks or whatever. It's been, oh man, I sunk down. Hang on a second. Hang on. There we go. Yeah. Blew a tire. The last couple of weeks, though, it's been like weird coming to the track. And so first off, the support's been crazy. I mean, I can't believe how much my phone and my social media and everything's blown up just after Bristol. And then with this, announcement this week and the success our team has had, LFR, we've been running well. All these things compounded. It's been interesting walking around the track or at South Point, even this weekend and stuff getting stopped. I mean, to an extreme that I'm not accustomed to at all, and walking through the garage and all these things. So it's been definitely an adjustment or interesting. It's crazy in a couple of weeks how much support you can gain. It's amazing how much people have gravitated to the story and how much positive feedback there is in such a world where it can easily be negative. It's amazing and heartwarming to see social media of all places to be super positive.
We'll go to Justin, David, Kathy, then Mark.
Justin Schuler, Speedway Media. Matt, you probably had some of the biggest roller coaster ride of this year, and then maybe even the second year. But
okay,
yeah.
I was trying to find you. Sorry.
Oh, hi. Anyway, so I'll kind of restart. So you kind of had probably what's arguably the wildest roller coaster ride this year with your contract situation with LFR, and even last year when you decided to take that leap of faith. How have you kept that focus to perform when you have all this uncertainty around you?
Yeah, it's a good question. My path's been crazy. That's the easiest word to describe it, but I'm thankful for it and glad it's been that way, of having to take a leap of faith after, the guys at Go Fast Racing gave me a great opportunity, and then to land at LFR when I had nothing secured or no clue. I just, got very fortunate and landed there, and then again to be in a situation where just a couple of weeks ago, I had no idea. I was sitting there. My wife, I joke, say my wife was crying 2 weeks ago, and then she was also crying this week, but for two completely opposite reasons. So it's just crazy, the roller coaster of emotions. But to get to your question here, I wouldn't trade it for the world, and I'm happy that it is this way because it's taught me a lot as a person. It's taught me a lot as a driver, and it makes me dig a lot deeper and to appreciate it. And that's why I think the emotion does come out in me, just because it's been such a fight and so hard on me and my wife and family at many times. But it makes you, in the end, a much better person.
And then a second question, with the Penske Games next year, Have you recommended any CrossFit challenges?
Yeah. So I'm gonna have a severe competition with Ryan Blaney because that dude is good at everything. So I'm gonna have to put in some sort of weightlifting competition or program in there so I can at least be good there, because I'm not very good or coordinated at other things unless it's workout and weightlifting related.
David?
Matt, I'm over here. ESPN Radio, Albuquerque. I want to congratulate you on your ability to keep a secret. I interviewed you on Monday, and you didn't have an announcement that time, but Tuesday you were able to announce it. How long was that actually in negotiations? When was that decision made? And second follow-up question was, what was it like to get a call from the Wood brothers?
Yeah. So it wasn't real hard to keep a secret just because it came about so insanely fast. So basically, it wasn't until days after Bristol that I even had a clue, and still nothing was certain then yet. It was like, hey, we're not quite sure yet, but we're working through this. Could be a possibility. That was it. And the call from the Wood brothers was amazing just to get. I was like, oh my gosh, and it really perked me and my wife up. And then, then following that, it took a little bit of time. Then the next week, last week is when I got a follow-up, meeting, and was like, okay, this is real. This is what it's progressed to. So it all came together so fast that it wasn't super hard to keep it, under wraps.
We'll go to Kathy, then to Mark, then to Alan.
Kathy Brown, Penny Outside the Box. This kind of doubles back to the previous question. When all this started to go into motion, was it Paul that reached out to you first saying, I'm thinking about doing this and I've recommended you to take over my ride? Or did the Wood brothers reach out to you personally and then Paul came along after? And I'm asking that because Paul is Twitterless, he's social media silent. Yeah. And in looking at your relationships in the garage, I think, to me at least, it was like I never really saw you talking to Paul, so I didn't know that you guys were so close. But for him to recommend you, so was it him that reached out to you first?
No, so it wasn't. They just had a talk with him when he was, coming to these conclusions that he didn't want to race full time. He immediately they asked, well, okay, you're not doing this. Who should we get? And when they asked who should we get, he immediately said my name. And so after that, they only talked to me. And but no, he wasn't. To answer your question, he wasn't the one that reached out. It was the Wood brothers and Penske team that all reached out to me. And then afterwards, I talked to Paul about it and tried to thank him, but I couldn't even figure out the words to thank him for impacting my life. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's definitely not engaged in the social media world. So he lives a very. Oh man, I did it again. Gosh, that's killing me. But yeah, no, he's Paul's a really cool, very humble, genuine guy, and likes to live. He's a family man and likes to live a peaceful, quiet life. But I have his phone number. I have a great relationship with him and become friends with him over the past couple of years. So it's been great getting to know him and it's more personal anyways for me to talk to him in person and or on the phone.
Mark Garrow, PRN. 2 questions for you, Matt. Number one, did you dare think, you're staring up at the scoreboard at Bristol, trying everything you can do to hold your emotions in, crowds cheering for the underdog that almost made it. Did you dare think at that moment that it would be this quick back from the valley to the mountaintop?
No, because all of my career has been the opposite. It's been where it's been a long, drawn out, really tough process. A lot of things happen in last second so I'm used to being where we're sitting at home fairly miserable for quite a while, just in panic mode when I have these situations come up. So I did not expect it to be anything even near that fast. I didn't even know to expect anything. I just wasn't sure. We were very, very unsure of a lot of things. So crazy, and that Bristol moment definitely still is heartbreaking because I want to, and we're going to continue to try. I really want to get the first win for our team at LFR. It would mean a lot to all of us, and especially for them giving me this opportunity. I really want to get it the rest. And we got a lot of good tracks coming up too.
And my follow-up question is, does this seem to you, it seems to me that people are rallying to you because you're David with the slingshot and the one rock to try to take down these other Goliaths. Do you feel like that's why people have taken to you, that you are the David against the Goliaths?
I think so. It's it's really cool. It's amazing. It's like humbling how much people do, have gravitated toward our story and the support we've gotten. But I think it's that. I'm just always just me, and that's all I try and be. And I just share my story publicly and let my passion resonate with everybody. And I don't hide anything. So I think it's cool that people have. It's humbling that people grasp onto, and think it's so neat when I'm like, man, I'm just being regular old me. I don't feel that cool, but it's amazing that people think, so much of what we've done and can feel the tough journey that we've had to go about.
Go next to Alan.
Alan Cavana, Fox Sports. Your sponsor this weekend, Barstool, has a very popular, big following. And what I'm getting at is, do you have any problem being shameless and asking for a little help in the most popular driver vote? Because they have a lot of people behind them.
Yeah, man. Holy cow. They've got an insane reach. And I'm a prime example of it because I've been a big fan of Barstool and followed them for a long time before this all came about. So easy fit. So I guess, my age demographic, they resonate so well with. So, dude, since they've jumped on board, my social media and everything's blown up from that in itself. And Dave Portnoy's he did a pizza review just about an hour ago in my new T-shirt that we're going to be selling. So, yeah, hey, if they want to push it, man, I'm all for it. But I think, Chase Elliott's a tough one, and rightfully so. He's a big part of this sport. So but if they want to chase it or tackle it, I'm down for going at it. The sport's been pretty crazy.
Any additional questions for Matt? Matt, thanks for joining us. Good luck this weekend.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you.